I'm not imaginary. That's why I'm not an actor.
If you do a good job, I'll pay you $20.
Dad, oh my God. Dad, I'm annoyed. You're annoying me. Dad, stop. Help, I'm turning into my dad.
This is episode 3 of Help.
I'm turning into my dad.
Wow, very timely on that.
I was checking my headlines, and I'm not even wearing my headphones.
Oh, boy.
All right,
Started
now we're
the
all
podcast
good.
too soon. Do you want to start again? Too bad. So anyway, I think that it's time to let everybody know about our big plans for this month.
What are those?
We're going to Las Vegas, baby.
Yeah, we are.
Taking a 20-year-old to Las Vegas. That's the dumbest thing we could think of.
Yeah, right? Can't even do anything.
You can do lots of things.
I'm sure. But my dad's sitting there, oh, I'm so excited to gamble at this casino and that casino, and oh my God, I gotta play blackjack at this casino. Like, homie, why can't you talk about the things that I'm gonna be doing with you that you're excited to do? And I was like, that would make me more excited to go on this trip, because I've been a little apprehensive, because I'm like, I'm only...
She hasn't been apprehensive. She's been arrogantly in denial about even wanting to be on this trip. And it's really annoying, because we're going on this trip, and she's like, I don't even want to go on this. I didn't even want to go. The reason we're going is to see Blame It All on My Roots.
I showed up in boots.
We're going to see Garth Brooks, because you want to see him.
Yeah, because I can't listen to his music anywhere else, so I have to see him in concert. You can't listen to him on Apple Music. Can't listen to him on Spotify. Can't listen to him anywhere else except for his dumb CDs. And my car doesn't even have a CD player. True story.
Sorry.
They don't even put CD players in cars anymore. How am I supposed to listen to you, Garth Brooks?
Oh, it must be really terrible to have a brand new car. What a problem. Should we talk about that? How unfortunate it is a 20-year-old is a brand new car and I'm driving something that's 10 years old? How does that work?
So I took it to the dealership the other day to get it fixed because I've been having issues with the USB ports in the center console. So I take it to the dealership. This is is it the second time I've taken it in or the third? Anyway.
We can talk about that day if you want. I was none too happy with this one here.
But anyway, I took it in to get fixed, and I pick it up from the dealership. They didn't fix the problem. They have been doing computer resets, but I think that it's an electrical issue. So I'm taking it to another dealership next week.
This is great. And then when she took it in...
They told me they were going to give me a rental car, but I had him pick me up at the dealership because it's not too far from his house, and I was going there anyway.
It's like 12 minutes one way.
That's not too far. I mean, at 8 a.m.
It's a half an hour round trip.
At 8 a.m., but like otherwise.
Okay, so I get there and I'm like, hey, I'm parked here. And then she texts me and she goes, yeah, I'm going to get a rental car.
I told you.
I don't need you.
I told you beforehand that I might get a rental car.
Well, what was I waiting in the parking lot for?
They said they might not have one available.
So I'm there as backup anyway. So she goes, I don't need you. I'm getting a rental car.
And then they realize that I'm not 21.
And so she calls me, Uncle Nick.
I felt so bad.
I'm really sorry, but can you come pick me up? I'm halfway home.
Yeah, no.
Now I'm 6 minutes away.
Not a good...
6-minute round trip back. I was not happy.
Yeah.
And then she goes, oh, well, they'll let me have a rental car if you come sign for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not doing that. You're 20. You drive crazy. I can't trust you. I can't trust you. And so I'm not signing for a rental car. You crash that thing and I have to pay for it. I don't have that kind of money. I drive a car older than yours. The brand new car girl should be signing for her car.
I'm not old enough. I didn't know that.
Not my problem.
But apparently they just changed this policy like recently. So it used to be 18 that they could give me the keys to the car. Now
so
it's 21.
So you'd think that they would test the USB ports?
No.
They didn't.
No.
What did they do?
They did a computer reset. They
unplugged the battery.
My dad could have done that.
You could have done that.
With guidance from my dad. But anyway, I was going to complain about the dumb person. I get there to pick it up, and he goes, yeah, so we took it on a test drive, about 20 miles. Dude's put 40 miles on my car and left me with 0 gas. I had like 6 miles to empty, and I had to get all the way to Costco to go get gas because I refused to get gas anywhere else because it's expensive. They left me with an empty gas tank. They left my air conditioning like all the way cold, like blasting. So it was a freaking refrigerator in there when I got in. And then they like were moving my seat around and moving all my mirrors, and the volume was like cranked, and they changed all my cruise control set. Like they literally changed every single convenience setting in my car. Like these dealership people are way too comfy. Get less comfy, please, and act like you're driving someone else's car.
Not sure how we arrived here. So we're going to Las Vegas, and it's going to be a good time. We're going to do the Saw escape room. So we'll tell you all about that once we go through it. Now, you weren't particularly happy to hear when I told you there was going to be live actors in the room.
Oh my God, no. He showed me Saw the other day. That is terrifying.
She goes, yeah, I'll go on a Saw escape room. I book it. And I'm like, have you seen Saw?
No. So then we had to go watch Saw. Worst movie ever.
It's not the worst
It's
movie.
not the worst, but like I don't know. It was just very like jumpy, and I'm a very jumpy person.
Right. She was screaming. I'm like,
oh my
there's
God, I was
people
like
sleeping
covering
upstairs.
my eyes with my blanket. Like I can't look. I can't watch this.
So Saw 2, I think, out of the whole series is the best one.
That's next on our list.
Right. So we'll check that out. So yeah, we're gonna tackle Vegas and see all the stuff that an under 21-year-old person can see.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll have lots to report on that.
We're gonna vlog.
I was thinking that I could like prep you for a trip to Vegas and tell you about one of my favorite trips that I had to Vegas, which was the last time I was there. And now your dad and I go quite often.
Mm-hmm.
And so I thought I would just like let you know what goes up on there. You know, it's good to be prepared.
Yeah, please prepare me.
So some of the Vegas stories that I experienced last time I was there with your dad, things that you can't see when you're in Midwest America, okay? Like, you know, a transvestite in a red short dress carrying a microwave across the street when it's 109 degrees out.
I want to know what combination of events led him to be wearing a red stripper dress
With high heels.
with like high heels, carrying a microwave. Homie, are you gonna go cook some pizza rolls in that?
So that you just don't see everywhere. The other thing that doesn't happen everywhere is the showgirls that walk around
Oh my God.
on the strip, right? And they want you to take pictures with them. What's funny about the fact that women dress up with feathers and whatnot and walk around trying to get pictures with people is that there hasn't been a show in Vegas with showgirls in like 30 years.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't know why. Like I guess it's vintage Vegas. But so there's this Asian woman who decided that she wanted to take pictures with these two feather dressed women.
Showgirls.
Yep, showgirls. And so they're like having a photo session, and we're sitting by the Bellagio fountains, and we're just watching. And they're doing this angle, and they're turning their rear ends, and they're flashing the camera and all this stuff, and they're doing all these pictures. And at the end of the photo session, the woman gets her phone back, and the ladies say to her, "That'll be $160." You should have saw the happiness on this woman go from 10 to like -5. She was not having this.
Oh yeah.
Like what?
I wouldn't
How is it
either.
$160?
Like you walk next to them and they just look like they're like, oh my God, come take a picture with me. Nope.
No,
You're gonna
watch
pay
out.
for it, homie.
So they go back and forth. And turns out that the showgirl pulls out her phone and starts doing the calculations. She's like, yep, we did this pose and this pose and this pose.
Come
And
on.
this is
How do you just know all that in your head?
This is
Yeah.
what you owe me.
Flashing the camera $50. How do you just have all those numbers memorized?
So at this point, we couldn't leave. We had to see how the story was going to end.
I wouldn't leave.
So after they settled up or whatever, because the husband was funny because the husband was standing there when he heard it was a 160 and like he walked away. He was not.
I don't know you.
I don't know you. I'm not paying for this. You're on your own, lady.
Oh my God.
And so I went up to the woman afterwards. I said, so what did they get you for? I was like, we watched the whole thing. They settled for $50.
Fair. I would.
No, it's not.
I mean,
For
to get feathered ladies out of my face, 50
1 or
bucks
2
is
minutes of
fair.
pictures. Okay. So there's
Compared
that.
to 160, I'd take the $50.
Do you know the same woman came up to your dad? Do you know what your dad said?
Nope.
I can't take a picture with you. I don't believe in objectifying women. And the one showgirl's like, objectifying? We're not. That's not. Take a picture, honey.
Girl, that is the example, like the definition.
The one thing I think you will get a kick out of is when we go to Fremont Street, there's stages that have a DJ. And that's like all they do is just like throw their hand up and like play music. And they have a whole entire stage, but they never leave behind the little table. I don't understand that kind of entertainment. I really don't. Let's see. There was a guy we saw last time we were there. He was he had cardiac arrest going on. Like he was like thumping on the ground, and some stranger came and poured a beer on him to get him to wake up.
No,
Dumped
that's
a beer
terrible.
on his face. Yeah.
Who would do that?
I don't know.
That's horrible.
Can you explain to me why tipping a scantily clad woman on the street would be a tip for good luck?
I hope you find some clothes.
How does that give you good luck? Be like, hey, baby, tip for good luck?
Wait, is it my good luck or hers?
I think it's her good luck because he gave her the money. So that was funny.
Didn't you ride the roller coaster?
Yeah, and I lost my lunch on that too. I was not winning at all in Vegas last time. So hopefully we'll have better luck when we go in a week. Mm-hmm. Anything you want to banter about today before we get into the meat of the program? That's a yes or no question. You may answer.
No, I don't think I have anything.
Gosh, I didn't know I had to point to you every time you talk. You're like a puppet. And now nothing happened. It's weird. Okay, time for the news.
It's called fake news. Fake news. You are fake news. It's all fake news. Fake news. It's phony stuff. It didn't happen. It's all fake news.
Am I supposed to say my first article?
It's only our third episode. She'll get better, guys. I did 170 some episodes of a different podcast, so I'm more well versed.
Oh, whatever. All right, so a news story that we've been, well, I guess it's over now, but we were following closely was the Titanic submarine.
I was not.
I was.
I didn't know. I didn't even know what happened.
My sister was. My brother
until
was.
you guys were singing about.
We all died in a homemade submarine.
You're terrible.
My mom got really.
Your
offended
generation
about
is
that
awful. Awful.
It's called dark humor, I think. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, so there is, basically, if you haven't heard about the story, there's 4 billionaires or whatever on a submarine to go find the ruins of the Titanic that sunk how many years ago. So I saw a news article the other day from Fox in Los Angeles saying, the stepson of one of the billionaires missing on the Titanic submarine defends attending Blink-182 concert to, quote, cope.
To cope? Weren't they still missing at that point?
Yeah, they were still missing, and dude's just bumping out at a Blink-182 concert. Like, if my family member was how many meters deep in an ocean, I wouldn't be bumping at a Blink-182 concert.
Well, you probably figured there's nothing I can do.
I mean, like, that's...
I just inherited $1 billion. I'm the smart one.
If only the billionaire could have written him out of the will for that.
Nope. If you were at a concert the day of my death...
This is what he said. Quote, it might be distasteful being here, but my family would want me to be at this Blink-182 show, he wrote. I don't know if that was like Twitter or whatever. But, yeah, I don't know. Missing family member and you're just bumping at a Blink-182 concert. Kind of a vibe, if you ask me.
I wouldn't bump at a Blink-182 concert if my family had known locations.
I don't even know any of Blink-182's music.
It's not happening. So let's see. What do I have this week? I've got an interesting story from Hollywood. And this one is about your buddy.
My buddy?
Kim Kardashian.
Oh, Mogwood.
Yeah. So did you know that Kimmy K takes a stylist team with her?
Oh, yeah. This was in an episode of The Kardashians I was watching. She did a collaboration with Dolce & Gabbana, and she designed her own fashion show. And she wanted her stylist there to help her pick out the looks, and her stylist forgot her passport. This was like a big thing on an episode of season 3 of The Kardashians on Hulu. So I literally just lived this yesterday when I was watching this episode.
Thank you for not going where I was going.
Anytime.
Yeah, so she took her glam team to the DMV for her driver's license photo. She says it was definitely crazy, but she doesn't care.
Taking your glam team?
But see, that's the problem. In season 3, episode 6 of The Kardashians, which aired this past Thursday on Hulu, which I will not watch, she renewed her driver's license at an empty DMV. Now, the DMV is never empty. There's always a line that makes it like 13 hours long.
Oh, this must be a new episode that I haven't seen yet. This is a spoiler alert for me.
Okay, spoiler alert. But it wasn't a simple thing because not only did she clear out the whole frickin' place for herself, which is a bunch of bullcrap.
Do they still move like sloths even when she's the only one in there?
I don't watch this show.
But I'm just saying, if there was only one person in the DMV, do you get the same service?
Oh, I don't know. You'll have to.
Because DMVs are
know.
like notoriously so. Yeah, I'll tell you next time on the podcast after I watch this episode.
Perfect. So yeah, she had a glam team touch her up and make sure she looked properly, and then she made them move the lights to make sure that she was illuminated correctly.
Who is going to see your driver's license photo? The cop that pulls you over?
I just want to look really good. Like, why not bring a light and glam team?
Why not?
Whatever. Speaking of reality television, we have been inundated in our house with the TV show Dance Moms.
Oh, my.
And while the show ended years ago, 10 years ago probably, my daughters just discovered it. And now they're obsessed with the girls on Dance Moms. So what you don't know is I used to host a podcast called Fan Counters. And on Fan Counters, we'd interview celebrities about their real world experiences with fans. Mm-hmm. And I had several girls from Dance Moms on the podcast because I was also very intrigued by the horrible treatment that their parents would allow them to undergo to be on the show. So Maddie Ziegler came out. Maddie was like the golden girl of the show.
Oh, yeah.
The favorite from Abby Lee Miller. And she says that her reputation as the well-treated dancer on Dance Moms was misleading.
How so?
So apparently the show has given her anxiety and panic attacks, go figure. And during one of the panic attacks, she said she called her mom and things were coming up from the past. And her mom apologized to her. She was like, "I'm so sorry I put you through that." And it's so sad because she would never want to hurt us, but none of us knew how crazy it would get. Girl was on the show for 6 years, 6 seasons of Dance Moms, from the age of 9 to like 13.
Oh my gosh.
And could have pulled the plug at any moment, but nope, we just kept signing contracts. So I don't understand how the mom can be like, "Yeah, we really tried to protect you."
Girl, take me off of Dance Moms then.
Yeah, it's insane. So Maddie left the show after 6 seasons. She was 11 years old. So I guess she was 11. So they must have filmed. She was on 6 seasons for 3 years. They filmed 2 seasons a year. That seems weird, but okay.
Because especially, like, I feel like every season is, like, multiple, like, maybe, like, 20-ish episodes, right?
Yeah.
That's, like, a lot.
It is a lot.
That's a lot.
Would you like to know who helped Maddie Ziegler get off of Dance Moms?
Not Abby Lee Miller.
No. The singer Sia helped her get out of her contract after she did that music video with her. So... apparently, Maddie Ziegler is still having panic attacks from being on a reality television show.
Poor girl.
People aren't going to listen if you and say nothing afterwards. Okay, that's a very amateur move. Now, professional podcasters such as myself will talk like this to give you extra time to compose your words because they don't want to hear dead air. When I worked in radio, that wasn't allowed either. You'd be fired for dead air.
Yeah, we don't want dead air.
Would you like me to fire you?
No, please don't. I apologize for the dead air.
Okay.
So anyway, another news article that came up in my Facebook feed. Switching gears here. We are from Wisconsin, the land of cheese and dairy.
The cheese state.
Mm-hmm. Green Bay Packer fans wearing their big
I'm not a Packer
cheese fan.
I
No,
don't care
neither
for football at all.
I still know that they wear their big cheese blocks on their head.
Mm-hmm.
UW-Madison is hiring a cheese taste tester. You can be paid to taste test cheese.
I hate jobs like this. We're going to accept 680,000 resumes. They're not going to read any of them, and then they're going to pick some idiot that they had pegged the whole time that they were going to choose. Just like you could watch Netflix and make $30,000 a month. No, you can't, because they already have this person hired.
Yeah, right. And they just use it for a news
advertising.
Clickbait.
So did you apply?
No, I don't. I don't like cheese that much.
I don't know, because if they gave me like some foreign meat cheese, like goat cheese or something, no thank you.
Goat is not foreign meat. Goat cheese is actually pretty good.
A goat is a foreign meat, though.
Goat cheese is actually pretty good.
Kelsey Ballerina.
Kelsey Ballerini.
Ballerini She got hit with a flying object during a concert.
I saw this. What was the flying
Did you?
object?
It was a shocking moment. It surfaced on social media.
Shocking. Shocked
The
me.
headline says she's hit with flying object during concert. What do you think it could be?
A rose? I don't know.
Could it be a tomato?
Was it actually?
Could it be a pair of boxer shorts? What could it be?
What was it?
A bracelet.
Girl!
Let's write a news article about that. Hey, Buff, I got this really good idea for a news article. I'm going to write it about her getting hit with a bracelet. I'm sorry. Taylor Swift, that's all they do is exchange bracelets. This is not a news article. This is just somebody not as popular as Taylor Swift getting coverage for something stupid.
Mm-hmm. Speaking of celebrities.
Speaking of stupid.
Vanderpump Rules alum Faith Stowers is raising money via GoFundMe to sue Stassi Schrader. This was
To Stewart?
to sue her.
She wants
other people.
Let me put this article in English. A desperate housewife person
of sorts
wants to raise money to sue another desperate housewife.
Yes,
Mm-hmm.
precisely. So you have
Doesn't
to
she have
donate to the GoFundMe to support this lawsuit.
Doesn't she have enough money to do this herself?
One would think.
I hate when rich people have to raise money for rich people things, like suing other rich people.
The fundraising goal is $20,000, and she wants to help handle legal fees as she gears up to
What's
sue.
it up to?
I don't know.
I don't know. I didn't do my research. I'm just, a 20-year-old who doesn't really think about asking questions. Do you have to search for it?
Yes.
Oh, my gosh.
Stassi
All right, well,
Schrader.
Stay tuned for the update on the GoFundMe from one idiot suing another.
Well, I didn't think that you were going to ask me what the donation was up to.
It's called a conversation. You would say things, I come back.
I wasn't prepared for that question. Fundraiser by Faith Stowers with legal fees for justice against Stassi. There was 98 donations to this GoFundMe.
Stop it! How much money?
Do you want to know? I want you to guess.
If it's $50,000, the podcast ends right now.
No. So the goal is $20,000. Girl got $1,841. $1,841.
Thank you.
The
Thank
biggest. It was all people giving like $15 or $20 donations.
That will not even get her an initial consultation from a lawyer.
Oh,
in
definitely
New York.
not. Somebody. There were so many $5 donations. Probably like, okay, I'll give you $5 just because you entertained me.
Just because you asked.
There was one person who donated $100.
Speaking about donating money, this is episode 3, and guess what happens on episode number 4 of Help?
I'm turning into my dad.
Good, she got that one. So do you want to know what happens?
Tell me what happens.
We go on Patreon.
Patreon.
Patreon.com. We're going to have a Patreon starting in episode 4 where you're going to get to hear portions of this podcast. And if you want to hear the shocking ending, you'll have to join our Patreon.
You want to be shocked.
Because she's a poor college student. Don't you want to help somebody get through college?
Just as much as people want to help Faith Stowers sue Stassi Schrader.
Exactly. So we're going to have so much fun on our Patreon, and we hope you join, and we'll tell you all about it in the next episode. All right, so let's talk about Victor Wembanyama. Don't touch my phone.
Wembanyama.
You knew that?
I don't know. I was just repeating what you said.
Oh, Victor Wembanyama, his real height was measured by the San Antonio Spurs.
Wait. Who is Victor Wembanyama?
He's an NBA player they just drafted.
Where does he play?
In San Antonio for the Spurs.
Oh, I didn't even know that was a team. Sorry. Anyway, proceed. I followed the Milwaukee Bucks, and I'll go to like maybe one game a year.
So his height was measured by the team, and the number is surreal.
Surreal? No way.
How tall do you think Victor Wembanyama is?
I'm going to guess 6'5".
6 feet 5 inches. Well,
That's
he
my
was
guess.
he was listed by the team at 7 foot 2 inches.
7'2"?
The announcers in the booth have been calling him 7'5" because that was supposedly what he measured with his shoes on, and now his actual height from barefoot has been announced. Would you like to know?
From barefoot, what is his height?
7 foot 3.5 inches.
Girl, that's like 1.5 inches. They were telling them that he was 7'5".
Who would have thought we'd live in an era where you get to read a news article about the height of an NBA player?
Who cares?
A whole article. Look how long this article is.
That's like a whole page.
Ridiculous. All right, let me see if I have anything else for you, and then you can finish up with something that you have.
I have 2 more.
Oh, 2 more. I have only 1 more.
So next, well, we'll just.
Yeah, I'm up next. So,
You just went
I know. I'm going to let you finish.
with 2.
So go ahead. You know what? I'll table it. I've got a really good one, but I'll open it up next time. Go ahead.
Okay, so I was going to talk about this article I found on CNN about
CNN.
a janitor heard annoying alarms and turned off a freezer, ruining 20 years of school research worth $1 million.
Shut up.
Mm-hmm.
What was in the freezer?
The university janitor turned it off because there were annoying alarms that he was hearing, and he was not having it. The lab's freezer contained 20 years of research, including cell cultures and samples, to which a small temperature fluctuation of 3 degrees would cause catastrophic damage.
I love these end-of-the-world terms they use in these articles.
It's catastrophic. The college does not believe the janitor is at fault, but blames Daigle cleaning systems for failing to properly train and supervise him. So dude turned off the freezer because he didn't know that he wasn't supposed to. Like, you know what I mean? It's like, don't touch the red button. You just don't touch it.
It's going to take a long time to
20 years.
get back what they were working on.
Now
these grad students will never graduate. They're going to be there forever.
Yeah, because their stem cell project was ruined. Or no. Yeah, cell cultures and samples.
Aw, poor students. Now they have to sit in grad school for a lot longer.
Mm-hmm.
I wonder what's going to happen to that. Does the article say?
No.
This is
The
Lindsay not
cell-
continuing to do any research.
The cell samples are going to be safe until emergency repairs can be done.
They just said it's destroyed in catastrophic loss.
Well, that later in the article it says it's going to be safe until the emergency repairs can be done, and they have to go through the freezer manufacturer, which is pain in the booty.